Well, good day, family. Good day to you. Welcome back to the channel. Family, listen to this. So I was visiting the Black Archives for this area, and I was talking to these young men. They were two young black men, and they were helping me, showing me where things were in there. And man, I don't know how I missed this place. I walk by this place every day when I do my walks. So anyway, I went in there, and a lot of history there, a lot of refresher, a lot of new things that I didn't know about my own city that I grew up in, and now I'm back in after I spent 22 years in the military. But I went and the guys, I was asking about an event space in there. They had nice rooms, nice colorful rooms, everything. It was just first class. Nothing like the National African American Museum in Washington, D.C., but it's really nice. And it took about maybe 30 minutes to go through, pretty much, reading everything. But so I was going through, and I was going down to different halls, and I was talking. I asked one young man, I said, how much does it cost for this room? And he was telling me, and then he went and got me a price list and all that. So after he had finished showing me the different, they had like 4 different nice rooms in there that you can use as event space. So I said, hey guys, just give me 30 seconds of your time, and I'll show you how I can make you a millionaire. So they were on their little lunch break, so we weren't violating anything. And I asked for permission. They said sure. So they had a board up because they were doing some work, and I just used this little tiny space that I had. And I showed them. I said, hey, how old are you? One guy was 21, the other guy was 25. I said, okay. I said, we're gonna go off 25. I said, 40 years from now. We're going to base off 40 years from now. And I said, I'm going to use the index fund. And I wrote all up on the board, $583.33. And I said, get your investor.gov out, 10% compound growth of that money. We're going to do $583.33 per month, starting off with zero. And I said, in 40 years from now, how much would that be? And they said, okay, oh wow, this is $3.1 million. I said, yeah. I said, that's how super simple it is. Now they even gave me a ticker. I said, FZROX. Yeah, that's the Fidelity the Fidelity Index Fund. And I said, and the reason I picked that one because it doesn't have any fees. And I said, when you pull this money out, when you're 65 years old, all that money is tax-free, penalty-free, all of that. You're paying nothing, no taxes on it at all. So the one guy, when I first said 40 years, it was like, oh, like, that's so far away. That's not realistic.